The deceased Mwenda 1 year before the incident, which is the subject matter of this case, even though the injury was very severe, being a gunshot wound that involved the hand and the upper chest. The first accused, after taking him to a clinic for first aid, took him to the Mavoko police station, where he locked him up in the cells for 3 days before charging him in Mavoko law courts with several criminal charges. That was the beginning of a prolonged and sustained harassment against the deceased Mwenda, until out of sheer fear for his life, he approached International Justice Mission, that is IJM, and Independent Police Oversight Authority, that is IPOA, for help. And he got help because IJM Mwenda made with IPOA gave fruit, because eventually the authorities summoned the first accused and other police officers to make statements in regard to the complaint. It is the commencement of investigations by IPOA that triggered the delicate and meticulous planning of the murder and the eventual execution of the deceased. In that regard, I have considered that the first accused mounted a sophisticated master plan which saw him capture the deceased Mwenda together with all those who are helping him on the mid-morning of the material day. The first accused was acting out of self-preservation when he planned his murder. This was a personal vendetta against the deceased Mwenda for reporting him to IPOA. The aim, of course, was to destroy evidence by destroying the complainant, which was not only drastic but draconian and an extreme action to take. For the second accused, he stood by his colleague, the first accused, and stuck with him in every step on the material day. The judgment speaks for itself in this regard. He did not have any personal vendetta against any of the deceased. However, she was the only lady in the group as well. Now, being a police officer with firm, stringent pecking order system, and being junior has significance in the need for discipline and order in the force. That discipline and order cannot include aiding, abetting, and enabling crime, and eventually concealing and denying any knowledge or involvement in it. Had she been candid at any stage of the investigations or the trial, which could have been it could have been a factor that could serve as a positive extenuating circumstance in mitigation. I noted also that even in the mitigation by her counsel on her behalf, she denies playing any role in the matter. However, to her credit, she was candid to the police probation officer and admits negligence in her place of work on the material day that was facilitative in nature. She played a role which is not peripheral, as Mr. Keegan suggested. For the fifth accused, he made a confession to the police, which I believe helped immensely in the investigation. It was his confession that shaped the investigations. His defense under oath was a further confession of his role in the whole murder. I noted the variations in his confession to the police and his confessions in his defense. He did not color anything white that was black. Now, I have carefully considered the mitigation of each of the accused persons as given orally and in writing, and part of which I have summarized in this ruling. I have also considered the various reports that were filed, the probation reports, medical report, the victim impact reports, as well as the certificates of the various courses undertaken by the accused persons during their incarceration. I have also considered the circumstances of this case, the meticulous planning, implementation, and the brutal execution of the deceased. To say the least, this was a most foul murder, an execution that was most heinous. I find that the most suitable sentence for each of the accused persons is as follows. The first accused is sentenced to death in each of the 3 counts. The death sentence in counts 2 and 3 are held in abeyance. Now, the second accused is sentenced to 30 years imprisonment in each of the 3 counts, with the prison terms running concurrently. The third accused is sentenced to 24 years imprisonment in each of the 3 counts, with the prison terms running concurrently. The fifth accused is sentenced to 20 years imprisonment in each of the 3 counts, with the prison terms running concurrently. In computing the sentences in paragraphs 2, 3, and 4, that is in respect of the second, the third, and the fifth accused, the prison authorities to take into account the period of each of the accused have spent in custody during the pendency of this case. I also want to inform the accused persons that they have a right of appeal against both the conviction and the sentence within 14 days from today's date. So those are the orders of the court. I think I'm done here, so I want to say thank you to all those who are involved in the matter, and I wish you all the best.
My lady, from the bar, I've been here for 6.5 years. I've almost whatever lifetime in the bar. So if you could grant us just 2 minutes.
Now, I am now funked as official, Mr. Professor.
You could just listen.
You just want me to listen.
Maybe probably before you hear him out, there were some rulings that you were to give in relation to the motor vehicles and the phones. We had asked about that last time. And there was an application that had been made by the prosecution. They had objected to our application.
Yes.
And we insist that we still want the motor vehicle and the phones that were taken from the accused persons. We would also be asking that we be furnished with the full proceedings, including the sentencing, so that we can be able to lodge an appeal, which I believe.
My lady, on our part, for the people accused, and as I think I can describe myself as a ward of the court, having been appointed to undertake this task.
You are a what of the court?
I am an officer of the court. I'm also
you come
a ward of the court because
you come out with very interesting terminology. So what is yours?
Yes, my lady, I just wanted to, you informed me to request personally from the court that the order that had applied to Ms. Kenyori should also apply to myself with regards to representation for the appeal that is possible.
So, Mr. Michoke, my advocate, as you have said, what is it you are requesting? So that I can now put it in writing.
My lady, I'm just requesting. I didn't want to say the word, I was just requesting my payment in not so many words. Given the many years that we have undertaken this task, we thought...
I don't know. We did not make any orders in the past.
There might have been an order, but I think it was overtaken by events or not considered.
Kenneth, I know you are with me part of the time. Did you make some order about his payment? We have not made. So you want your payments as per the 30,000?
No, my lady, I was asking the court to vary that to take into account the previous order that you had given with regards to Ms. Kenyori, the previous advocate.
I'm not sure whether that is the one I'm remembering. Kenneth, did they implement it? She just got 30,000.
No, my lady, it was implemented for my colleague.
But it's the one who is with the books and things. So she told you?
Yes. Off the record.
On the record, I'm being told it was not.
Yes.
On record, I'm being told it wasn't.
No, my lady, because this matter actually began before the...
No,
the
I'm
gazette
talking
was-
about Mrs. Kenyori.
Mrs. Kenyori. It was before Mr. Kenneth came into the matter. It was during Getonga's time.
No, I know that, but he was also around.
Okay.
Yes. Do you know about Mrs. Kenyori? With certainty. Okay.
But then in that case, you can have both payments paid in kind for me and for Ms. Kenyori.
No, you're not representing her.
My lady, with your kind permission,
Yes.
if I may, on behalf of the accused,
I don't know your name for
Ms.
the
Willie,
record. Sorry?
and for purposes of the appeal, my lady will pray for a certified copy of the judgment and the sentencing.
Anything else?
Maybe this has been considered. Yes. Thank you. We want to thank you and the entire judiciary, so many judicial officers who have been very helpful in this process. The law has been developed in some areas, important areas like victim representation. The family have been steadfast, and yet today they are here, in following up on the course of justice. The ODPP must be appreciated, Office of the DPP. They did an excellent job. It's led by my former classmate, Mr. Nicholas Mtuku, and his late group, and the entire team. We thank our colleagues for such. We also thank our colleagues for all the, especially Defense Council, that is, and LSK, led by the President and currently by the President. Eric, it's been so many presidencies, and now currently led by President Eric Willie and Vice President Willie, and members of LSK, who are very supportive with research and throughout this. And International Justice Mission, who have been led by Senior Counsel Jambo, and its investigative officers. This was a complex matter. Both your judgment, sentencing judgment, and sentencing, it is very complex, very sophisticated criminal syndicate or criminal enterprise. The DC and the security officers need to be thanked for making sure that all was done. The entire process, investigations, arrests, and unveiling evidence, etc. Testimonies, etc. The media have been as objective as they can be, and that has really, really objective and have helped foreground this matter for all these 6 years at the national level and even internationally. And that has helped a lot in securing the course of justice for the victims of the families. Of course, there has been the Witness Protection Agency, which played a very important role in a matter that involved very sophisticated criminal activity. So we just want to thank you, and we are also, in the course of this trial, 6.5 years, the Lord so instructed us to go to the Court of Appeal and while we will be missing you in the High Court, we are happy for you and we are happy that the Court of Appeal will be richer to the development of criminal justice. That's a very important addition to the Court of Appeal, the bench on criminal justice.
I appreciate your view that.
I stopped there by really.
Anyway,
Thank you so much. We have really learned a lot from you. That's what I want to say. We have really learned a lot from you in the course of handling this case. Thank you so much.
okay. Am I shutting out anybody?
The DPP is that.
I think Ben spoke for audit as well.
You know, I should have your proper title, which I have not mastered. Your title, official.
My title is Chief State Counsel.
No, that is Chief State Counsel.
Yes, my current designation.
No, I'm talking about in this matter. You are not a Chief State Counsel.
Gazette as a public prosecutor.
What is your rank, Mr. Mutuko? What was your rank? Let me put it that way. Yes.
I was a deputy DPP.
Yeah.
And as the matter was proceeding, I was deployed to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and then I was designated to Chief State Counsel.
Yes.
But then the DPP Gazette specifically to prosecute, to continue prosecuting the matter. I think I shared the Gazette notice. If it is on the file, I'll furnish it.
Okay.
Yes. So what I need to say is that Ben Siana has represented the state there in his pronouncements. It's safe to say that we were expecting a ruling on the motor vehicle that belonged to the first accused. But as regards the forms, that belonged to the accused person. And really, once the order comes, they can only be served upon the DCI and they will deal with it. We have actually made a lot of presentations about those items which belong to the accused person, and they were not part of the evidence. That's all I need.
As I turn over to the President, Ms. Songaro has been very, very helpful in this case. Thank you.
Professor, you seem to be taking charge of my court.
I am retired.
Already that happens when you've been around for a while, as Mr. Sihanya has been, and produced a number of students. Some their gratitude to the court in the handling of this matter. Already we do know that it has been 6 long years. 6 years waiting for justice in this matter. There are so many lessons that we have learned from this trial, and we hope that in the future we will be able to determine our criminal cases in a somewhat more efficient manner, that we will not have to wait 6 years for the determination of case of this nature, considering that this was a direct affront on the administration of justice. And I know that I speak for the victims because they've agonized for quite a while. Society owes them a huge debt of gratitude. And we are really grateful in the manner in which they discharged themselves before this court. Already, we are also grateful to all the advocates for the defense. The winner in this matter is the rule of law and the administration. Is one that is going to shape jurisprudence and has enabled the growth of not just victim representation, but we've learned significant lessons in witness protection, the use of technology to detect and prosecute crimes. And so I know that all the advocates who are involved in this matter are proud to have participated in this proceedings. And as we end this matter, we recognize and remember the words that are set forth in our national anthem, that justice be our shield and defender. Finally, I thank you for giving me this opportunity to address you.
I've just received an instruction from my client. Might indulge me.
Is it where I'm thanked as official?
Yes, my lady, but
So I listen without writing.
my lady, this one has to be written, unfortunately.
Okay, let me decide whether to write or not.
Yes, ma'am. My lady, it's with regard to the circumstances of this case. You are aware that the fifth accused has always been held at Naivasha prison for certain security reasons. He has asked me to ask the court to make an order that his committal should remain at Naivasha, where his security has been always secure throughout the proceedings. And
I think
going
that
forward,
one is, that I'm truly not just thanked as official, I have nothing to do with it.
with that, we understand that, my lady, but it's just in the
And I'm sure there's
very
something
unique
you can do.
circumstances in this case.
There's something you can do about it yourself as his counsel.
Yes, yes, my lady, but
And you can speak to Mr. Motuko,
I'll do that.
Chief Counsel,
Yes.
Chief State Counsel. You know the age is in.
Yes, yes, my lady. I shall see him and have a cipher with him.
So am I now allowed to adjourn this court? Thank you very much. Court is adjourned.